Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Robert and Kalen Get Rich Show.
Cue the music.
That's right. You are listening to the Robert and Kalen Get Rich podcast today. This is episode 72. It is October 11th, Saturday, late afternoon. Kalen and I dragged ourselves out of bed after a night of partying, wild partying, and all to entertain and educate you on several important topics, including
fiber optic cable,
Coleman Impressions,
credit card debt,
more interview fails, including why guys from Kraft think they're hot shit.
Telecom companies like AT&T.
You can hardly remember the ticker symbol that we spent all this time on. Presidential postings and sombreros.
Oh, yeah. Is it racist?
Who's a racist
we
against?
Can't figure it
we
out.
Don't know.
Can we understand why people assassinate other people?
We sure did. Yeah. The Oklahoma City
I'm doing a great
Oklahoma
job.
City bombings. We were right on top of that news item right there.
Yeah. And other hilarious comedy things.
If this sounds like scintillating and entertaining topics to you, hang in there. In the meantime, won't you rate us and subscribe? Forward us to your friends. But the one and only thing we do not want you to do, what is it, Kalen?
Is take this as financial or investment advice. That is not what this is.
That's so right. And with that, I think we ought to get a job at Applebee's. And then...
Applebee's, memorize
Kalen, I don't know what you're going to say about this, but I think we ought to start the show.
Let's start it. I've never had any luck with chatbots, actually, in my life. I don't know. I'll be on with, like, Chase's chatbot or something, and I'm like, did this check get deposited? And they're like, I think you're asking us about foreign transactions. I'm like, what? I don't know. Like, why would you think that?
Right. Well, and these AI call center things, they're just, the I is supposed to be for intelligence, but I can't see it. It's just,
right.
You're like, let me speak to an operator. And they're like,
I know.
I think you're asking about, no, let me speak to an operator. Operator,
yeah.
or customer service agent.
Yeah. 0000000.
Pound.
That's what I'll do. Right, exactly. Like that one company seemed to have it better than I've experienced before, but I mean, I guess
that one company.
They're the only ones. That one company that that was a total nightmare at the end, really, but.
Oh, are you talking? Oh, you're talking about the one you interviewed
California
with.
Trip.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, this is an interesting story with no context clues. That one company did pretty good that one time.
That one company. There's one company out there. I'll let you sort out which one it is.
Yeah.
I had an interview this week.
Okay.
It was like one of the worst interviews I've had. Not because I did poorly or anything. It was on Zoom, and I couldn't understand. Like, there was a volume issue to start, but he also had a super thick accent. So, like, he's talking, and then it'd be a question, and I'm like, okay, like, I don't know. But then it didn't seem like he understood anything that I said either, really. And at the end, he was just like, how many years of project management experience? Do you have greater than 8? And I'm like, yes. It's like, okay, next question. Have you worked with large healthcare providers? Like, he didn't want any more context. He wanted like, yes, no, number of years, that's it. I'm like, oh, so I'm filling out an application now with someone on the phone that's like much more of a pain in the ass than like just me.
He's got this decision tree. It's like, it's a choose your own adventure book. Yes.
And I mean, yeah, exactly. You're right. Like, go to page 78. Yeah.
You fell in the snake pit and died.
Yeah. Right. And that's where I thought I was, in the snake pit. And at the end, he's like, okay, we're going to move you forward. We'll set up an interview next week. And I'm like, oh, okay.
You said the right number of yes and no questions.
Yeah.
So this guy was probably had no authority whatsoever. He's just a guy.
Right.
He is literally a human application form.
Right. Yeah, he's like, you know anything about the company? I was like, well, I looked at the website a little bit, but I'd love to hear, what you have to say or whatever. And he's like, okay. Just seemed annoyed the whole time. Yeah. And then reads off of a sheet clearly the whole time. Like, the camera's like, of this part of him up, like just whatever. I'm like, I think there's a volume issue. What was the like?
That's the funny part. Do you want to hear more about the company? Well, I know a little bit, but what do you? Okay, well. Smithson Medical Services is a company.
We work currently at 1,800 different healthcare facilities. Blah, blah,
over
blah,
400
whatever.
service professionals.
So I'm like, oh,
Oh,
like trying to like
the opening paragraph on your website.
that's so
I see.
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the About Us.
The very thing I said I had already read.
Right. And he's like, now about the role. This job is a project manager.
Oh, now you're reading me the job description that I also had already read.
I already read that, but yeah, please tell me.
Tell me about.
Like, I keep looking at the clock, and I mean, this was scheduled to be a 30-minute interview, and I was like, man, I looked at the clock. It's like 9 minutes have passed, and I look again, 10 minutes have passed, and I'm like, how am I gonna fucking make it through 30 minutes of this? Like, this is like, oh god.
Did it last?
And I was just
minutes?
like, okay, can we just hang up now? Like, and we ended at 15 minutes, thankfully.
Wow,
But
yeah.
I was like, man, I did not expect this to go anywhere at all, because he didn't seem interested. Like, I started going on a spiel, like he describes the job, and I was like, oh, here's how I'm right for the job. You know what I mean? Like,
and you should have been like,
because he's like,
I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Education. 2005, University of Houston.
Right. Yeah.
New York
Let me read you my
University,
resume.
Master's in psychology.
Yeah. He was going through my resume for a bit. He's like, okay, so I see you're doing this independent business. Like, what's that about? Then I'm like, well, I've been working with blah, 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 And he's like, okay, tell me about your clients. I see that your clients are this person, like, based on what it says. I'm like, yep, those are them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. What is it you want to know about them?
But,
this person likes checkers and
just,
Linda.
I'm like, are you going to call to verify this shit? Because then I definitely need to know that information. Like,
I got to give them a warning. I told them that I would tell them before somebody called them.
No. Yeah. Fun.
I've had bomb interviews, and there was one I just wish I had the stones to just. Well, so a little backstory. This was for Kraft. Oh
yeah.
I probably told you this
mac
story.
And cheese.
Yeah, they make mac and cheese. They make their highest selling item in the world is cream cheese.
Right.
And they were just like smug and what. And I just wish I had the stones to be like at halfway point and be like, all right, guys, time out. I have one question for you. Why do you think you're such hot shit? You sell cream cheese and mac and cheese. Like, why are you guys acting like you drive in the F1 circuit or something? Like, you're all-star quarterbacks. You guys are like, I just don't understand why packaged good and all the companies were like that. Like, Clorox is like that. I'm like, you make Swiffers. Like, what is so goddamn sexy about Swiffers and Windex, that makes you guys act like such a bunch of badasses?
Yeah. Imagine in healthcare, everyone is just like God's gift to medicine.
Because they all have MDs. They've all got 25 years of education.
Like, if you're with United, they're like, we provide coverage from X many Americans. I'm like, yeah, and how many of them are happy with it? Like, I mean.
One guy was so unhappy, you shut your CEO.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's going great. Like, I don't know. I saw a recent documentary about the whole, like, Oklahoma City bombing thing, though, and that was like, I mean, of course it was awful, but, like, I had never known that, like, the front 2 floors, right where the truck was like a child care center. And so it was all these children, like a huge number of children were like at the, it was a lot of government workers took their kids there before going up to work in the upper offices or at other places around. Yeah. Like, so we're dealing with like not just a bunch of bodies and like, people being crushed by the building, but yeah. Anyway, fun stuff.
This is
funny.
Is comedy gold.
It's so funny. It was so funny. Like, you should definitely watch. Laugh a minute.
We're gonna turn it into Oklahoma City bombing the musical. That's how good it is.
Yeah, like
comedy.
The cane in a top hat.
Comedy review. Yeah, exactly.
As he's running away from the Ryder truck, he's like,
everything's
they're
gonna
find out my flights. Like,
Oklahoma, it's fine.
Just take these guns away from me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this Grim Reaper video? I imagine you probably have not, but I'm going to show you a video that the President of the United States posted to Truth Circle.
He's been on a tear lately with posting like fucking videos.
Yeah,
and things.
Well, this one is like, I don't think he created it because I doubt he has any idea how to do such a thing. But
he's been on this thing with AI lately, though, with like posting.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is all AI generated, and the guy in the Reaper costume is the budget director for the White House or whatever. And that was, by the way, those lyrics were set to the tune of "Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult, right?
Sure, yeah.
Which is the, by the way, also the Will Ferrell
cowbell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
so,
right.
None
right.
of which I imagine Donald Trump has any idea what is going on. But I was like, the president of the United States is posting this video here, you know?
I mean, wasn't there a bunch of stuff with like him and somebody in a sombrero?
Yeah, that's the other one I was going to show.
Was,
this came on the heels of that.
Like,
the White House posted this photo.
I love that it's from like the official like White House, you know.
Yeah, he recently shared.
I think this is
the one. I'm like, what? Like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, that is so. I think this is some racist shit. I don't know, but like, I mean,
right. So I mean, I don't know who that dude is in the sombrero.
That is Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader, the most senior Democrat in the House of Representatives. This over here is Chuck Schumer, the most senior Democrat in the Senate. Hakeem Jeffries, by the way, is a black man from New York.
Yes, right. And I was going to say, I don't know if he's of Hispanic descent or whatever. Like,
I don't think so. I don't know.
But like, yeah. Right. Like, so it's like, is it racist then? I mean, like, if, like, I guess so, but who is it racist towards? Like, Hispanics? Like,
black guys?
To him? I mean,
light-skinned black guys,
like,
they look like they could probably pass.
Right, like, what are we saying?
If you'd have shown Chuck Schumer with the sombrero, or if we posted J.D. Vance with a sombrero on, would that be racist too?
Was he talking about something with dealing with Hispanic Americans or like borders?
I think they're talking about the shutdown.
So like,
I think.
Right. That's what I would think too. I don't know.
I know why. I know the connection. Trump falsely accused Democrats of trying to give free health care to undocumented immigrants to gain their support.
Oh, I see.
Which, of course, all undocumented immigrants are.
Yeah, they're all Hispanic.
They're all Mexican.
Like
sombrero
right, they are all sombrero in it. They're either in a mariachi band, they wear a sombrero on a regular basis.
They come across the border with their burro and, in tow.
Their big ass bushy mustache, like
like freaking Pancho Villa here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They ride on their burros.
Right, yes, yeah.
They grind the corn into flour and make tortillas. Yeah.
They're like, hey, ese, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Like, ¿dónde está el benefits? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like.
I've come for your free health care. I'm going to take your good American jobs.
Yeah.
Of course, I say with the French accent. Yeah. I'm here for your.
I know. I said lay benefits. Yeah. Like I don't think lay is used.
We're like the
like I took French and Italian. Robert took German. Like
we're the worst.
We're not the right
racist stereotype.
Yeah, we're not the right ones to like make up like Spanish phrases for.
There wasn't a beret on that guy, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Les bénéfices.
Les bénéfices. Et monsieur. Like then he's wearing stripes, smoking a cigarette, wearing a beret.
A red neckerchief.
Maybe as a mime. Like,
excuse me, President Trump. I'm here for your free health care. Even though in France we have all the health care we need.
Isn't there something going on with the French president or whatever? Or like
Macron?
Yeah. I keep seeing that name.
Well, they accused his wife of being a man.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Let's see.
I didn't like I have this podcast that I listen to. I got into it for the Diddy stuff. Fame Under Fire is what they've retitled it now that Diddy is that thing is kind of past. And so Macomb came up in that, and I was like, I can't figure out who we're talking about here at all. Like they kept saying like stuff about like are they gonna force him to go to a physician and whatever. I was like, what? Like, and the lawsuit had something about like national security or like I was like, what kind of fuck? So we need this person to go to a doctor to like verify their gender, and this is a part of national security. Like, who could this person be? But it was Macomb. I just didn't know who that person was.
All right, you judge for yourself, huh?
Mais oui, she is a man, Monsieur Macomb.
I think you could accuse her of wearing wigs, maybe, or her hair looks like a wig.
Sure,
but it's maybe a bit of a reach.
But she does. Yeah, she's got a lot of hair. She's got a very small face, like for the amount of hair.
Narrow
she
face.
Has. Like
something like this. She looks.
Yeah,
like.
I mean, I don't think she looks like a man. I think she looks like.
Yeah. I think she's a fine-looking woman. I mean, she's a little older.
Yeah. I've got nothing to say. I'm like, she's kind of she's fine.
She's up in the Doug Burgum camp of no hate, Bridget McCrone. You look fine. You're a fine-looking woman.
Yeah. We believe you're a woman, too.
There's
no verification necessary.
Yeah, certainly not going to call the national security institutions in on this one.
Right. Yeah, indeed.
We were doing these, we were talking about those impressions, our French impression and stuff, and I don't know if this will make any hay or not, but do you know the other personalities on the Ramsey show? The Dave Ramsey show. Do you know them at all?
A little bit, yeah.
One of them's Ken Coleman. Do you know who that one is?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do your impression. Maybe I'll know from that.
I was listening to it. I was like, I think I could pull off a Ken Coleman. And it was like, now, Dave, here, listen here. Hey, Dave. Now, I don't know what Dave's going to say here, but my thought is, like, have you ever been to an Applebee's? Have you ever had the milkshake? You know, the one with the cookies and cream milkshake?
Yeah.
And here's the thing about working at Applebee's, Dave. I don't know if you've tried this, but you got to memorize a lot of margaritas. A lot. All right? And have you listened enough to know if that's a pretty good impression or not?
I mean, it sounds pretty good to me, yeah. It's got that little southern thing that, like, you could also get that impression down. You got Dr. Phil not too far away. You just got to say stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, it's like,
now listen here, that's dumber than a hen weighing in the sunlight until it turns into a raisin.
Yeah, exactly.
No, well, the other one it wasn't too far from was George Bush. You know, because George was like this.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
we're gonna take on these.
You're talking about Junior
W. I'm
right?
W, and I'm gonna take on these bandits out.
I'm mending these fences.
Yeah, I am, and we're gonna fight off these guys in the sombreros. You know, Pancho Villa. We're going to take him on. And then Ken Coleman's like, now listen here. Now, George, now, I don't know. I'm going to send you a copy of my book, How to Get a Job When You Don't Really Want One, you know? When they're really not trying too hard. And then he was with George Camel, and George Camel's got more of a voice like this, you know, like I did some calculations. And imagine this. You hang on till you're 70 years old. Your savings is going to be $214. Now, do you feel like you could live on that, you know? Now, I don't know here. I'm kind of thinking she ought to sell that tuba, you know? She ought to put in a swimming pool in the backyard and invite some fellas over. You know what I'm saying here, Dave? You know what I'm saying, George? Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know. I thought it'd be hilarious to like put together a whole sketch of them giving advice to each other or whatever. I don't know why like Applebee's popped into my head about Ken Coleman giving Dave Ramsey advice about working at Applebee's or whatever. But
that was funny. That's good.
Yeah. You gotta, I mean. Have you tried this El Presidente margarita, Dave? I mean, I'm telling you, you know, I actually prefer the top shelf gold margarita.
Yeah.
Margarita. So I'm amazed how many people go on these shows and they just can't put together hardly a coherent thought, you know, around, you know, Ramith will ask them, like, what do you think your husband's view on this is? And they'll be like, well, like, here's the thing. The other day I got a bill and I set it on the counter and then I left. And then 3 days later I came back, the bill's still sitting on the, and Ramith's like, stop. Okay, listen, let's try this again. Yeah. Well, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, like incoherent, you know.
Yeah. Right.
Some of them gotten scammed.
That's like one of my big fears in life is like, you know, at this point, meshing my finances with someone else, like, my credit score's gone down a little bit. I think it's at an 845 now. But, like, you know, like, the idea of, like, pairing up with...
You don't need one. Listen to me. I got $500 million. I'm a hillbilly out of Tennessee, but I got $500 million. And I'm telling you, sell that truck and... sell everything.
Get another job. Start delivering newspapers every day.
What about this, Dave? Have you thought of this? Have you thought about maybe she could get a job at Applebee's?
Applebee's. We got a lot of margaritas memorized.
You know? Yeah, you sell enough margaritas, they give you a little bonus at the end of the month. They give you a little margarita bonus.
Your top salesman of margaritas. Or whatever. I don't know.
They call it the T-bill tequila.
Maybe we should jump to the portfolio because I had gotten on recently and seen that, or maybe I had a dream about Fannie Mae. Like, honestly, I think I did have a dream about Fannie Mae being down at like $9 or something.
See, on this show, like truth mingles with reality because these aren't real investments, except some of them are. We have real investments.
Well, I'm like, did this happen? Like, Why am I dreaming about Fannie Mae anyways? That's boring. Like, I'm like, oh,
I'm always dreaming about
back
going
down
on
to $9.
car trips with
It wasn't
Vinny
like,
and then trying to pack music into a box, you know.
no, yeah, usually I have fun ones. Though I had like a weird one about like Trump being like super fat and having like a bunch of vaginas like on him. Anyway,
I have that one too.
I don't know.
Wow.
And I was like, that's so strange. Like, I don't know why I'm involved here because I'm not a medical professional, so I'm not sure why they were like above his ass. Like, anyway, like I'm just like, weird. Donald, do you have any other vaginas? Anyways, like
you called me Mr. President? You called me?
yeah, I'm like, why am I involved in this? But
they're the greatest.
Yeah,
I've got the most vaginas of any president. Every president.
yeah.
You can look it up. I've been told.
Or any person. If I have multiple vaginas on my ass, like
that's more than most. I got the best ass vag in the world. It's amazing. People come up and see it and they go, wow, what an ass vag.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Don't tell me you have more than one, and
Beautiful.
I say I do. I got so many beautiful ass badges.
Beautiful. They're beautiful ass badges. Just lined up, well manicured.
Now I know what we're going to title
I
this
don't know.
episode, Kalen. Beautiful ass badges. By the way, your short that has your cup that looks like a penis.
Yeah.
Not doing well because I think the security on these sites is not letting it go out to the public. But anyway,
Oh, I thought that one was so funny.
it is totally funny,
Yeah,
but it
I
has
don't
to
know
get
these
past there.
days.
You know.
Right.
And you know what? If fucking Jimmy
mean,
Kimmel
and,
posted
like-
it, I'm sure it'd be like no big deal. But
Yeah, I mean, even like some of the bigger things that I've watched, like they censor out like all kinds of words. Like they always censor out sex or whatever.
Yeah.
Like anytime someone says killed, that's like all of these words that like not cuss words.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe if we censored out 90% of the words in that one, then it would go through.
yeah, and of course the title shot
mean,
that our
but-
guy in Bangladesh came up with was you going like. And I'm like, I don't think we're gonna use this title, this screenshot, this thumbnail. For those listeners who don't know what we're talking about, this is a black plastic cup
It's a water
bottle
bottle,
in the
but
shape
yeah.
of a penis. Huge.
Yeah.
And Kalen's picture is with holding this thing. She got it on a bachelorette party.
Yeah. So anyways, it was
All
fun
right,
time.
so the portfolio.
On to
The
Fannie Mae.
portfolio is in the
Woo.
red. No, this is all. That's all the
Yeah.
holdings. But
I know. I just opened mine up. It's like nothing's doing well today.
if you're like me, you were like, what the hell happened today, right? And then you go flip
Yeah.
over to the news, and our boy Trump is back at it again, you know, and trying to wreck our
with the
you know.
tariffs and
So yeah, down 3%. That's about what I was down. You know, you can imagine 3% times.
yeah.
You can guess what I have. 3 times 3%, still a lot. of
Right,
money,
yeah.
You know. Anyway, I'm
Yeah,
like, Jesus
yeah.
Christ, how much did I lose today? Anyway,
Yeah.
so Get Rich was taken down under 40, but you know who really got
Damn.
a hit? Oh my
Well,
my!
yeah, the Justin Tariff portfolio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that does throw weight to the argument that these are like stocks that are particularly impacted by the tariff.
I think so.
Like
Basically,
down
everything was
5%
down pretty
so-
uniformly, but also pretty big,
Yeah.
5 and 6% versus the average of 3%.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now he's got 3 losers plus Wayfair. That's
Wayfair.
it.
Wayfair is still kicking ass.
It sure is. It is. It sure is.
Yeah.
That would have been a nice little call to have.
I stand by our pass though. Even though it doesn't really make financial sense, I'm like, I just don't really think this company is one I want to
Yeah.
support. I don't know.
It happened at a different time anyway, so I'll go back to our portfolio.
Everything's hurting today. Damn, I don't like seeing this.
No,
today.
I feel like the only things that I had a few things that did well. Gold.
Yeah, man, I've got nothing that did.
You got
well.
you got nothing in the green. Not one.
No, I've got a few in the green that they range from going up today 22 cents. Well, I guess one. I don't know
20
what AEM is, but that one's
What the hell is in Kalen's
percentage.
portfolio?
Oh, Eagle Mines.
That could be a gold miner.
Yeah, it is gold mining. You're right.
All right. Well, how about the Get Rich portfolio, which kind of basically met the market?
Fannie Mae is down a little bit, but not as much as I thought.
Yeah. So gold from the portfolio, the only things up are gold, Tesla. I mean, which we're short, so that's exactly the opposite of what we wanted. Denison Mine, and that's it. Everything else was down on Friday.
You know, it goes up, it goes down. I don't know. This will all change by next week. Or something.
I was gonna say how soon till Trump dials back his threats.
So then the real thing is like, should we start buying?
Yeah.
You know, because that's buying low, right?
My feeling is markets are gonna open down on Monday.
You think Monday will take another hit?
Well, yeah. If you remember, let me pull up like Liberation Day charts here. All right, here's the
we'll get better.
Here's the S&P 500 ETF for year to date, right? So this is April 2nd right here. So announced the tariffs on Liberation Day, April 2nd. It bottomed on April 9th. So it took a whole week.
So he announced them what day? Yesterday?
He announced them yesterday. Now, the key is how long does he stick with it, right? You know, if he keeps sticking with it, then it keeps going down.
How's our latest stock doing, AB?
Oh, let's take a look at that. We passed on AB, though.
Oh, we did? Did we buy? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, let's see if it was a smart decision to pass. I'll go to the pass portfolio.
Yeah. I mean, granted, like, with the tariffs, it could be muddied information.
Maybe. They do some stuff we don't have any idea what they do. So it's like...
Yeah, like, who knows what the fuck these guys are about. Like...
Here we go. Wait, do you see that? They were up.
Go figure. Go figure.
They've been up almost 1% since we passed on them. So they're one of the few bright spots in the whole stock market was AB, Alliance Bernstein Holdings.
Kidding.
If you're thinking maybe my energy's a little lower than usual, and maybe that's why some of our humor isn't landing like it sometimes does, it's because I played a gig last night. From 9 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Man, your gigs go late. And you guys go for a long time.
4 hours,
that's
after coming back from the second break to the last set is like so hard.
No kidding.
You go out for this break and you're just like
yeah, because you got to come back with your energy back up there. You got to
bring it right. You're like, oh my God, I got another hour of this. You've already done step aerobics
like 3 hours.
3 hours and you got another hour to go.
No kidding.
At midnight, starting at midnight. So.
Oh man, no
maybe
kidding.
That's why that guy. For that interview, maybe that's what happened to him. He had a gig, and so he's like this.
Could be. Yeah.
Tell me about your. Have you ever worked at a hospital?
Like, no, he did not ask any tell me about your questions. Like he was just like, do you have this much experience? This, yes, no. Here and kind of garbled. I was like, I think you're asking me about project management experience. If that's correct, then I have this many years.
Blink. Wink 3 times if this is the correct
Are we together on this? Like, yeah. You could just email me these questions and I can write back also, just saying. Like, I think we verified that I'm not a
web
bot,
form,
or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not catfishing.
Yeah,
I'm not AI.
Yeah, right. So.
He just had something in the newspaper. Some guy lost like $500,000 because he got catfish. They posed as the second best golfer on the LPGA.
Like, I can understand how you get in a conversation and you the typical like dating one or whatever. I get catfished by a guy. Like, I don't understand how you get to where you're giving them money.
Yeah.
Like, I would never send some fucking random dude money. I'd barely send guys I know money. Like, like, I'd be like, are you sure you need this money, Robert? Like, you gotta call me and ask me for that. Like, or whatever. Like, you're asking me? Yeah. Like, I just don't understand. I mean, I guess I can see it more in the other direction, I suppose.
With women?
Because, like...
You mean?
Yeah, just in that, like, I don't know. I've never asked some random guy I've been dating for money or to pay my rent or for anything like that ever. Never has happened in my life. I don't know how you get the Stones to be like, hey, boyfriend or whatever. Like, I need you to pay my water bill this month. I mean, I just can't imagine doing it. Yeah.
The next stock in the alphabet series is AD because there is no AC.
Yeah.
And AD stands for...
Oh, I remember.
Array Digital Infrastructure. Yeah. How could you forget?
Ooh. Man, that's a fun looking chart.
This is the year. This is the 6-month chart. You could have made negative 24% had you been invested in this.
That looks like a stock that I would have gotten a free one from whatever the one's like. Where it's like doing okay, and then it's like.
Well, I was trying to figure this out, and I went and looked. I read the profile thing, and then I went to look for the investor relations stuff. And when you go to investor relations for Array Digital, it takes you to U.S. Cellular. Okay, and then here's our presentation about what we're up to. And I did some more fishing. I'm like, I can't figure this thing out. I don't know what's going on. So I turned where you would for anything else, which is AI.
Cool.
Yeah, Gemini.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
turns out Array Digital Infrastructure was created in August 2025 after U.S. Cellular sold its wireless operations to T-Mobile for $4.3 billion.
Oh, this is a brand new company.
Yeah, so U.S. Cellular, well, it's the same company, but it's sold a major part. So the part I'm not sure about is like that. This is like the day the transaction happened, right? So maybe you got a big pile of cash, plus you kept the other half of the value of the stock, kind of thing. Although it said this transaction closed on August 1st, is what Gemini says, and this is not August 1st. This is August 18th. So I don't know what. Maybe that's the day you got the cash. Maybe that's it. Maybe it closed on the 1st, and then you actually got the cash.
Okay.
So what that leaves you with, it turns out, if you sell all your wireless operations, what you're left with is over 2,000 towers, and you own the rights to certain broadband spectrums or something. So I know, right? So this is exciting.
Yeah.
And evidently the part of the company that didn't get sold, the people who make slides for that part of the company are like, have a high school PowerPoint capability or something.
Yeah.
So like this, cut and paste directly out of Excel with a little bracket thing.
Yeah.
So they sold all their debt and all of this. Two parts of the business Array left are Array and TDS, which I forget what TDS stands for. Let's talk about Array first. They're opportunistically monetizing their spectrum.
Okay.
See, they've got this 705 megahertz pops and cellular AWS. 663 of those or something. And, reached agreements to monetize approximately 70% of holdings. They're growing their tower business.
Okay.
Even though Gemini said 2,000 towers, turns out they own 4,400.
Here's what we're doing.
We're going to lease our ground lease, and we're going to co-locate and grow that.
Shouldn't that be a hyphenate?
Which one?
Co-location.
Co-location. Yeah, it does really look. This looks like something to do with your colon or something.
To me. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, colorectal.
Yeah, it's like, soon you'll have vaginas growing on your ass also.
Now we know what they do with these towers. Now we know where they put them. So they got the 4,400 towers, and then they got 2,500 co-locations.
Are they like co-owned by somebody? Like, are they T-Mobile and like also Array or something? Is that what they're saying? Co-location?
Co-locate means we're just in the same place as something. So
yeah,
they
no,
have
that's
a tower,
what
we
I'm
have
saying.
a tower,
Like,
and then the two towers talk to each other, and they're like, "What do you think?"
And they're like, "What's up?
What's up, T-Mobile tower?" And they're like, "Hey, you're blocking my view of the cornfield."
Did that person ping off you too? Yep, me too. Yep, they must be close. All right.
You took my ping? Like, hey, listen, man, I didn't pick to co-locate here, okay? You ruined my life.
Yeah.
So far, this is looking like a solid buy. They got
I think so.
34 bazillion million.
I mean, like, we can't really compare Q2 revenues, like, meaningfully since they sold off a bunch of their stuff.
I don't know. Maybe it's just this part of the business.
What does this tell us about the future?
Well, if it keeps growing at 9%, it'll take over the world sooner or later, I guess. But this is the towers segment.
What does non-GAAP
GAAP
mean?
is
non-GAAP.
GAAP is generally accepted accounting principles. This basically means, because it says it's non-GAAP, that means that it hasn't been audited. Instead of following the strict rules of GAAP, these are how they account for things, which is fine, but you then have to declare that it's GAAP. And then on your formal filings, on your annual, you have to give the GAAP results and then tell how your GAAP is different. How to get from GAAP, like what do you take out and what do you add in to get to the non-GAAP.
Gotcha.
Pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Is that your fourth child then? GAAP? That child sucks.
GAAP.
That's the boring one.
Like, Ibada!
Even though it's bouncing all over the bunk bed and GAAP is out is like.
You're right. I'm like, where is Kager? Where is Kager?
Come back here. I didn't say you could ride your bike. But Gap's a good child, like sitting at the table doing his homework while chaos freaking breaks.
Practicing their flute, like.
Ow! Stop distracting your sister.
Even us pulling out drawers and dumping them on the floor.
Kaker's running around the neighborhood. Poor old.
Ohm's like naked and like put on a shirt.
Yeah, we're not a bunch of hillbillies around here. Hey, put your clothes on, son. Anyway, so that's the tower segment. Then comes TDS.
Yeah.
And, they made Ken Dixon the new CEO.
Good choice.
Yeah, I think Ken Dixon. Wait a minute, Ken Dixon.
I don't know who. I was just.
I know. Well, yeah, really? You don't know who Ken Dixon is? I can't believe it.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but that's just because it's too common
Ken
names,
Dixon. The name is Ken Dixon.
Yeah, because it's like there's got to be some other Dixon that I.
Here he is.
That's him. Yeah. I knew it.
He was the CEO.
Oh, he went to Syracuse. That's how
where
I know
you know him from. What I do is I memorize the yearbooks of every college.
Right, and Syracuse was the most recent one I was
from about just looking at him, 80s, 1980s.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay, so no, that was a dead end. Ken Dixon, no. They have 27,000 new marketable fiber addresses. Yeah, these are acronyms I don't know. That's always good. They deployed some stuff.
Right.
Here's new marketable fiber addresses. I don't know what you're supposed to take away from this, except
I don't even know what a fiber address means.
Yeah, I don't know either, except for maybe it's like an IP address.
So, like, when I got fiber optic cable, they like had to install it here. Does that mean that my address is literally a new fiber address?
Maybe, could be. Or maybe it's more than one. I don't know. Like 40,000 of those such things happened in a quarter.
I mean, if they're nationwide, I mean...
Well, if they're...
I don't know. Because once they added mine, then they also add all of my neighbors that are, like, you know, whatever, all of my...
All right, so there's 200. So now let's go...
No, I mean, that's 8 people in one visit by one technician on one day. Like that.
So you only need 5,000 such visits in fourth quarter.
in a quarter in all markets. I mean, I'm just like, I didn't have to wait a long time in the Houston market for this, or I don't know.
It's adding up.
I'm speculating anyway.
It's all coming together. It's all adding up. I got it. All right. Well, how about
residential fiber?
Yeah, residential fiber.
So maybe we
now
are
we're talking about 250,000 of these things. What was the number over here?
Right.
30,000 new marketable fiber. New marketable residential. I think this is what you're talking about. Now, I don't know if these guys are in your market, but they are laying some fiber or turning on fiber or something, man. They are.
Right. Yeah, they're doing some shit with fiber. Which... Like,
we only invest in things we know on this podcast, and
so you guys can guess where we're going with this one.
I mean, what we're discerning from these slides is they're doing something with fiber.
Yeah, exactly. This podcast is like, let's try to learn about a new business, and if it's too hard, we lose interest and like we just fuck them. Well, I'm not investing in this company.
I will. Okay, sidebar tangent here. Driving home from taking Cody to the other side of town, I have a constant stream of podcasts, and on the one that came on my drive home was this woman who's in Ethereum. She works in the industry and has built this company that basically they buy and hold Ethereum, and her inability to explain what the hell the value was, and like how this is, and I keep trying, man, because she and others that I've heard are like, I mean, I grew up and I was an immigrant and I've been in these countries where you can lose everything, and just having this, I just saw immediately the value of crypto, of the blockchain. I totally got it. Now my ability to explain that to you, we're not even hardly getting straight answers to the questions. It's like, and I think you can't explain it because it's not. There's you can't explain it. There's nothing to explain.
Right. It's like it's either way too esoteric for anyone to understand, which means it's nonsense basically. Like you guys aren't Soren Kierkegaard. Like you're trying, like it shouldn't be that hard. Like, I don't know. Einstein was able to explain relativity pretty simply, I don't know. There's that saying that like if you can't explain something simply, then you don't understand it that well. And I feel like that's true of everyone in the world about crypto.
Right.
Like,
but you're a total bozo
stop.
if you're not automatically, bought in. You're like a hopeless, old fashioned
well,
funny
right,
duddy.
then you're like, it's a boomer, boomer
get out of here.
thing. Like,
yeah. And by the way, I accept there are many, many things in this world that I don't understand how they work.
Sure.
Go see our episodes on satellites and electricity and
many
kangaroo
other
evolution.
Evolution, right.
But nobody's running around telling me I'm an idiot for not investing in kangaroo evolution.
Right. I'm like, come on, Robert. Like,
you got to invest in
you're asking me how long
ago.
Yeah. HBO. Like,
you're a hopeless boomer, Kimmel. You got to invest in got to invest in kangaroo evolution. So fiber is a category of that I don't understand, but I accept that I may never understand. But nobody's beating me up about having to go invest in fiber, So
yeah. Right. We all know I don't know how internet works in general, but I don't know why fiber would be better than any other way, or honestly why we even need cables anymore, because my phone seems to work fine everywhere and doesn't seem to have any cables. But,
I'll explain it to you. Fiber is better. No. Here's my very layman's understanding, is that fiber is better because you shoot light down it, so it goes at the speed of light. Now, I think data also goes down copper wire at the speed of light, too, by the way. But you can use I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah, I know that, like, when they installed it, like, the cable that plugs into my modem or whatever, he was like, try not to, like, mess with this too much because it's glass inside. And I'm like, well, that sounds very inconvenient to, like, have a fucking, like, this cable that, like, I can't touch. Like, that,
And that was this glass fiber crisscrossing the United States and under the sea and all this stuff.
Right. It's like, oh, good. We moved away from copper, which I'm pretty sure we can bend and stuff without a ton of breakage, to, like, glass, where it's like, just, like, hit it wrong a little bit and that shit's shattered and I guess broken forever. Yeah. I don't know.
No more for you to ever have internet again.
Yeah, and then I've got to, like, call a technician out and, like, get a new cable or something. I don't know. I guess I could go to buy one, but hopefully I don't smush it in the car.
So, yeah, well, they're big believers in, look at this, they're over 50% fiber, but they're moving up on, they're moving up. They're growing. Look at this revenue per connection. Woo!
Oh, 1%.
Yeah, baby. Year over year.
That's nice.
That's a CAGR right there.
They don't call it out as one,
$65.26 up to $65.85. Adjusted EBITDA is down 3%. But remember, we divested those markets. So.
And that's non-GAAP. So what do you think? Are you sold on AD?
Well, the tower side, I'm like, this is pretty cool. We just sit here and collect rent checks, And we have like 20 people on staff. One guy in a truck goes out and fixes the towers.
I think, infrastructure sounds like a smart thing to have,
But the other ones where they're laying fibers and stuff like that, and that side, I go, I don't know. So
let's go back to their chart real quick and look at their chart that's like after August or whatever.
Sure.
Like, so they dropped off big time, but how have they been like since that big drop?
This calls for the advanced chart. That doesn't look too thrilling in the post sell-off period. I don't think I would like, cry any tears over passing. I don't think I'm going to lose sleep over not putting money into AD and it. I'm not excited about it for sure. I don't think it's going to be one of these that's going to blow the doors off.
Skyrocket? Yeah, I don't think we're going to see it go to the moon. If anything, I would imagine we would see slow and steady potential growth, or being up a little, down a little, nothing too exciting. Right.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it seems like a steady Eddie growth, and who the hell wants that? Why would we want that?
Well, we were talking about selling Visa. That was basically a steady
That was a steady Eddie to nowhere. Boring, that was zero. That was a string of constant zeros. That wasn't steady growth.
Yeah. I sold my Visa.
Yeah. Have you looked at it since?
I sold mine. No.
All right, let's see how Visa's done in the past week.
Man.
Yeah, you're like, that day it skyrocketed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, right. They're like, oh, we do like the stable coin shit.
We do. No, I think it was this. I think our last episode was on the 6th of October. Yeah. So that day, so it went up a little bit after that date, and then.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's been doing. Going up a little bit, going down a little bit, going up a little bit, going down a little bit. Yeah, like,
there's your trade range.
I mean, I bought a long time ago, so I'd done pretty well with the Visa stock overall. Like, but I feel good about that being like time to buy, or time to sell. Time to sell.
You don't even know the word. You're like, what is this?
Yeah, I'm like, I know, I hate saying that.
Time to. I can't even get it out. Can't even get it out.
Yeah.
All right, it was time to sell Visa.
So
It's time to pass on Array digital infrastructure. And Kalen,
right.
I think it's time to cue the music. It's the end of the episode. You've been listening to Robert and Kalen Get Rich. Won't you like and subscribe? Send us to all your friends. Leave us a comment. Tell us why we're a bunch of idiots for not understanding Ethereum and stablecoins and fiber optics and electricity and kangaroo evolution.
Amongst other things.
Many topics. If you want us to buy your stock, if you can't explain it in like a comic strip or something, then then we're probably not the buyer for you.
At least have some pretty pictures for us, and then we might be in.
Yeah, pictures of billets work really well. we're like,
yeah.
I get it. You make those things that go on that pallet, and they're shiny. I like them.
They seem badass.
That looks really expensive.
Totally.
And there's a huge fucking machine that nobody else has. I can see how we can be competitive in this space.
I'm like, sold. I want it.
And one last appeal, and that's to you, Mr. President. Please take this tariff off and give me my 3% back.
And stop posting AI videos.
I know. If you're looking for things to do, I have some suggestions that mostly center around being a president and doing presidential things. Make a speech at the Rose Garden. Host foreign dignitaries. Okay.
Right.
Hands off the AI generated music videos. All right. That's our advice to you. Our advice to you, dear listener, is.
This is not financial or investment advice, so don't take it as such. And send this to all your friends and family. All right.